Hello again. This is another example today, what I'll explain to you, that what can happen when you die. If you've seen my other videos, you'll understand that for everybody, it is a strange experience when you actually leave your physical body. You're normally around for a couple of weeks before you move on. But there are situations that come along where someone suddenly dies. And in those situations, often they are not in a good state. And we all have free will. So sometimes I come across situations where someone's dying and they know there's life after death, they know what to expect, their family knows what to expect, and some of them I take the funeral services, and it is a celebration of their life. But often there is the opposite situations. Recently I came across a situation where a young man had lost his life. Some people had attacked him a few days ago. And no one's asked me in this particular situation to help. But my life is quite unusual when things happen. Now, when I'm removing a ghost or anything else from a house, I don't need to visit the house. What normally takes place is they send me a picture of the house, and as soon as I see a picture of the house, I can pick up the person in the house, and they are picking up me. We know each other exist, and this is what happens straight away, time and time again. Now, in this situation with this young man, when he died, someone showed me a picture. And what happens with all these situations is as soon as I see the picture, I start sensing the person. And that's what happened in this case. So this is a short story, but this literally just happens. And it's just another example. And from my point of view, I'm being trained all the time because every time it's slightly different, slightly different. Now, it's quite easy to understand that if you suddenly leave your body, or when you do leave your body, it is very strange because all of a sudden you're seeing your relatives. You are now back to being spirit. You're seeing your relatives around you, grieving over your body, and you can travel anywhere you like. So whoever's grieving, your friends, your loved ones, wherever they are, whatever house they're in, you're traveling all over the place to see them. But understand as well, there can be tremendous frustration because you're seeing their lives and you can read their thoughts as well at that point, but they can't see you. So there's this frustration. And with this young lad, once they showed me the picture, I could sense him straight away. And I started concentrating on him, which I do, and he was in total distress because he couldn't accept that he was dead. It was another one of those same sort of things which I've talked about before. But with this one particular one, he was in distress, he was seeing everybody, but nobody was seeing him. And then what takes place, there is a slight shock then. If you imagine it's 3 or 4 days he has died, that someone in a physical, myself, is sensing him. And up to that point, no one has sensed him at all. So practically, all of a sudden, they're thinking, why is this person sensing me? Because I didn't think anybody was. When I'm sensing them, I can have a conversation with them. Not like I'm talking to you now. This is in spirit. It's mind to mind. It's instantaneously you're thinking and they're thinking. But he was in a state not accepting he's died or anything else. Then there was someone around him. There was a lady, grandmother type figure, who couldn't get anywhere near him at all. She couldn't reach him because he was in this state of frustration and wouldn't accept anybody around him. And we all have free will. We don't want anybody around us. That's what takes place normally. But in this situation, same as removing a confused spirit from a house, I was talking to him because that was my free will. He was in a state. Then a dog came around and a young child. And once when the dog came around, he calmed down. He calmed down considerably with the dog there. He wasn't acting the same as he was before. Then a young child, a young girl came close to him that I think he may have known in the past and calmed him down. Once he was in this calmer state, and I'm still talking to him and he's in the calmer state, he knows I am there and he knows what I've done in the past because he can read my mind. So he completely calmed down in that situation. Then, slowly but surely, the lady got closer who wanted to talk to him. And because he was calm, he could accept that. And then, quite quickly, the lady went up to him and the lady was giving him a hug. And he had totally calmed down. But once again, it needed someone in the physical for this to take place. So this is it all happening and usually I hadn't been asked in this situation to do it. And when you're a medium, these things tend to happen, but all the time your mind can get in the way and you're always questioning, is this in my mind? Is this in my mind? But this all happened over a period of about 10 minutes. And then as the lady let go of the boy and was talking to him, she then turned round and gave me a red rose. I was almost in tears, but she was thanking me for intervening. That's what was taking place. That was time for me to back off and leave them alone. And the last thing I saw was her with this young boy, with the dog and the other person, and he had totally calmed down, because now someone who loved him, and love is the key to everything, now someone who loved him was with him, she could calm him down and slowly explain things. So he hasn't moved on to the next world yet, but he's in a situation now where someone's explaining to him what's going on. That's the important thing. And from my point of view, getting the message out there to everybody that there is life after death and love is the key to everything. The more people can understand about this, the less shock they get when they die and they leave the physical body. Thank you for listening.